Governor Obaseki don sign bill to criminalize building without government approval. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki don tok say signing of the Justice Sector Reform Law and the new criminal law na ogbonge achievement. Obaseki tok dis one wen some members of the Edo State House of Assembly wen the Speaker of the Assembly Right Honourable Marcus Onobun lead and Justice of Edo State wen Chief Judge of Edo State Justice Joe Acha lead carry waka come Government House on Wednesday to witness the signing of the bills. Governor Obaseki tok say with dis new Justice Sector Reform Team bill, e go help address all the problems for the justice sector and help to plan and organize the justice sector reform. Obaseki tok say dis new law dey in line with im administration plan to build the judiciary and con still help build Edo as investment friendly.
Today is a very, very significant day for us in Edo State. Significant because we today have succeeded in some real bold moves to enact laws or revise laws in areas we haven't done for the last century in some cases, and in others for the last half a century. So today what we have done is signing the Justice Sector Reform Law, Team Law, and the new criminal law in Edo State, for me, is a real watershed and a milestone. Over the years, the lack of adequate coordination among the judicial institutions in our state have created a major problem in the administration of justice, not only in our state, but also across the country. The effect of this lack of coordination is felt in very many ways, including the delays in prosecution of cases, congestions in our prisons, large proportions of awaiting trial prisoners, lack of cohesive action for effective delivery of justice, inefficient use of our scarce resources as judicial institutions embark on improvement initiatives. And we can go on and on and on. But we believe that with this Justice Sector Reform Team Bill, it will bring together all these critical stakeholders in the justice sector to deal with issues within the sector with a view to significantly reducing, if not eliminating, the delays in the justice sector, improve cooperation and coordination in the planning and implementation of, as you know, this new law is an essential part of the agenda of our current administration in setting up the required legal architecture for a forward-looking judiciary, which will also help us in our goal to create an investment-friendly and rule-based society for the benefit of generations yet unborn.
Obaseki tok say the criminal code don almost reach 100 years and wetin dem do na to make the law follow as e dey happen around the world.
As has been pointed out, the current criminal code is nearly 100 years old, and it's in many respects no longer in tune with our current realities. The last time there was such a comprehensive review of our substantive criminal laws was decades ago. What our government has done with this current review is to bring our criminal laws in line with best global practices. The new law employs the use of more contemporary language so that it's easy reading for people like me, eliminating legal jargons, archaic language, and drafting styles, therefore making it easy, like I said, and more user-friendly and gender-neutral. This is important for simplicity and clarity.
Obaseki wen tok say dis law don strengthen the fight against sexual offences, con still tok some of the other offences wey dey inside dis new law.
In line with the no-tolerance stance of this administration against sexual offences, the law on the offence of rape has, by this new enactment, been strengthened to deal with the prevalence of the offence and its diverse manifestations. New offences have also been created in this new law to close some gaps in the current legal framework. Offences such as computer and electronic data misuse offences are now contained in this law. Cheating in examinations, money laundering and allied offences, unlawful conversion of public property, and unlawful interference with property rights, etc., are now parts of this law.
On top forest matter, Obaseki tok say dem don sign the Forest Commission law wey go help update forest laws when e happen last for 1968.
The Forestry Commission law helps us update our forestry laws, which was last done in 1968. As Mr. Speaker and my lords are aware, one of the biggest endowments of our state is forestry, our forestry assets. As you know, we are in the rainforest, and there are not very many regions in the world you can find rainforests. And unfortunately, because we've not updated our laws, it has created lacuna and loopholes for elements to go in and essentially undertake massive deforestation of our forestry assets. We've also had a situation where our forests have become ungoverned spaces and provide a habitat for criminals. With this new law, we have now looked comprehensively at all our forestry assets and put in place rules and guidelines and created a specific agency, the Forestry Commission, whose sole purpose is now to deal with forestry as a standalone entity and not subsumed under any MDA. This authority that's now been given the Commission will help it perform its role in policing our forests, ensuring a regeneration of our forests, and also bringing in the required investments to help push our climate change agenda as a state.
On top building without approval from government, Obaseki tok say this law don make am offence to build any property without approval from government.
Had a very strange situation in Edo State where there were no criminal penalties to anybody who's putting up any building in a built environment space. At best, there was a slap in the hand, fines if people built homes without building approval. But there was nothing that criminalizes, the process of not taking permission to and getting proper approval of plans and other related regulations before dwellings are, you embark on constructing dwellings in the state. This law now makes it an offense, punishable by law, by some sentence and fines, if any citizen, anyone embarks on constructing any property without having duly obtained the required building approvals for that building. What we have today, sir, is our city is just growing into an urban jungle where people just decide on what they want to build where they want to build, without any recourse to any law. With this law which we've put in place and another we're expecting to be promulgated soon, we will now be able to have real sanity in our built environment space.
Chief Judge of Edo State, Justice Joe Acha, tok say dis law dey very important to the legal practice for Edo State, and he happy say na in time dis ogbonge achievement dey happen.
Today is quite significant in the annals of a legal practice in Edo State. The last time, and where you can find the criminal code, is in 1976 laws of defunct Bende State, which Edo State only forms an integral part of. Our sister state, the junior sister or junior brother in the Committee of States, that's Delta State, has since established its own laws, formulated its own criminal code and laws. So what has happened this evening is another milestone and a feather in so many feathers in the cap of Mr. Governor. And what the House has also done for us is to elevate Edo State to those states in the Federation that are proactive. We are the end users of these laws. I am particularly gratified that for several years I was heading the justice sector reform team, and we're just operating under rules and regulations without law. Now there's a law to guide the operation of that team. So today is a remarkable day in that it is happening at this point in time when God has placed me to head the judiciary. So I want to congratulate and thank all those who are responsible for bringing this to fruition.
People went and out Governor Obaseki for this signing. Now Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Marcus Onobun, Chief Judge of Edo State, Justice Joe Acha, Chief of Staff to Edo State Governor, Osaigbovoyoha, Attorney General of Edo State, Oluwole Iyamu SAN, and members of Edo State House of Assembly. Omo Aluke Ajakaye, TMC TV News. No forget your PVC na be your power. No sell am give any politician on election day.